Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. I am doing a reading for January 10th, and we have it's a full moon, the wolf moon, lunar eclipse in Cancer today. So I started shuffling and realized I wasn't on camera, so one card had already come out. I haven't looked at it. Yeah, so full moon, sometimes just being aware that it's a full moon, and if things start going sideways, it's much easier to just be like, oh, yep, it's a full moon, and kind of, haha, shrug it off and let it go without it getting too personal and allowing that energy to take on that energy ourselves. So just set that intention today that the energy could be pretty intense. Things could come to an end. And just to be observant of it and like, oh, okay. and try not to react in the moment and give yourself time. Yeah, this 8 of Wands is messages, things happening very quickly. It's opportunities, it's positive. It could be new potential romantic partners coming into our lives, new crushes. Because even if you're married, you can still have crushes. Doesn't mean you'll act on them, but maybe someone's got you a little, had your stomach sort of flip. Could be just your soul family connection. When this energy happens, though, it can make you feel overwhelmed and a little freaked out. For example, say you had applied for a job and you didn't get it, and all of a sudden they call you and say, oh, that person backed out, or someone is leaving now, we have another position, so we want you. And you're like, you'd already processed and accepted and moved on, and now you're like, uh, uh, uh. And you could even, so be careful of self-sabotage, because this is what you wanted and you were disappointed when you didn't get it. But now that you're getting it, we can be like, oh crap, do I want it? This happens with people too. We crush on someone and then they like us. And then somehow in our fucked up brains, we're like, oh, are they less attractive because they like us? Have you ever had that happen? Maybe I'm just the most insecure person in the world, which is possible. The Emperor, oh, the Ace. Ace of Cups. Yeah, we're going to be a little freaked out by someone we meet in a good way. Making decisions, being the emperor in your own life, making decisions based on what is right for you, even if it may piss someone else off. Their reaction is their problem. Here's the Magician. What life are you cultivating right now? You have everything right now that you need. The Tower that came up yesterday. So of course, something's going to be shaken up today with this full moon. It just is. Maybe someone will get fired at your job. There'll be some big shakeup at work. Maybe and the Ace of Pentacles we had yesterday too. But it could be something in the home, in your family, and doesn't have to directly be related to you, but some sort of upheaval. But what it's going to expose, what the Tower exposes, is things that were not sustainable, things that were precarious, and that if you think about an earthquake, maybe there will be an earthquake. For example, if there's an earthquake, this is a very easy example. The stronger the foundation, the more solid structures will survive, but the structures that were built on a weak foundation, didn't really have the substance to them, will not. And that's true in relationships and everything in life. So while it can be disheartening or stressful to find out something you thought you could count on, you can't, it was inevitable. It was going to happen sooner or later, and now you can move forward because it gives you this fresh start. Interesting, if it's something going on at work, you could get a new job, or it could set you on the path to a better career for you. And it's hard to see in that moment, but often in the aftermath, the rubble of the things that have crumbled from the tower, it's kind of like a wildfire going through those seeds that have been buried for decades, potentially, and now have the nutrients and the space to grow. And if that tower moment had never happened, you would have never gotten here into a more, and it's solid, it's earth energy, a more solid foundation. Again, this is how do you live your everyday life? And really committing to it, to making your house a home and bringing your spiritual practice into everything, basically. And new opportunities. Yeah, it could be like, holy crap. I feel like we're just going to feel like we just spun around in a circle. That the Everyday Witch Tarot, that's the Eight of Wands image of, she's not like terrified, but it's like, whoa, that's a kind of this tornado. There could definitely be, for some reason, I'm saying a lot of natural disasters, we call them, natural phenomenons, could occur today along with everything else. But we have the Magician and the Ace of Pentacles. So we have beautiful new beginnings. And we need to really be mindful that we see it's an opportunity. It's a breakthrough. And if what we're going to focus on, and we can't control it. So are we going to try to get really stressed and try to control what's happening? Or are we going to understand that accept it and see the opportunity and understand that it was inevitable, and now we can move forward. Seven of Pentacles, I think we had yesterday. I don't think I held any of those up. Sorry. This is an interesting card because it's a very nice looking scene for a romance card. It's about, should I stay or should I go? I'm getting that song in my head. Should I stay? Okay, I won't sing because trust me. But this is, I don't see anyone looking to leave this situation. It's allowing the relationship to grow and deepen and go from sort of the fire, passionate honeymoon stage to a more comfortable domestic. It changes, but the intimacy and the passion changes, but it deepens. Sorry. Four of Pentacles, we've already had this too. This is our standards, our boundaries, communication about those, good communication. Two earth energies. We have the Ace of Pentacles as well. I see a sort of, maybe some of us will just, a lot of you just decide to have a nice night at home. Have someone we're seeing over and just have a nice, quiet, domestic evening at home by the fire. I see a fire. Come on, what's that last card? Eight of Pentacles. Wow, tons of earth energy. So again, this is that spirit of a relationship going from that honeymoon period to more, maybe you're going to move into each other, move in together, move into each other. Maybe that too. But this is a comfortable, deeper connection where you don't need to be. There's space in this card. There's a solid foundation, a sense of security with it. And here, oh, Eight of Wands, 2 8 of Wands on the bottom of each deck. So again, whenever the 8 of Wands comes out, I always caution not to allow the things to come to you. They're what you wanted, and not to allow our anxiety and self-sabotaging visceral reactions stand in the way from manifesting the life that we want and deserve. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow.